There is no better or more influential footballer to wear Liverpool's famous red jersey. Gerrard joined the Reds at the age of 8, making his senior debut in 1998. By the time he left the club, 17 years later, he had made 710 appearances, scored 185 goals and won 9 trophies, along with 114 England caps and a barrage of honours. Individual. His memories are certainly countless, and Gerrard returned to Liverpool as the under-18s coach. He is now in charge of Aston Villa, and is seen by many as Jurgen Klopp's successor in the Anfield hot seat. A gem in Liverpool's Kirkby Academy, and a player who will be the benchmark for any future academy graduate. Alexander-Arnold was a formidable midfielder in the Reds' youth team, but since making his senior debut in 2016 he has developed into a modern fullback, flexible, with above-average passing accuracy, and at the age of 23, he has won numerous trophies. Domestic and European degrees. By the time he retires, he will be one of the best for Liverpool, without a doubt. Few Liverpool players before or since have been as revered as Fowler, or at least evoked fond memories of the club. The Toxteth Terror emerged as a teenager, scoring on his Liverpool debut against Fulham in the League Cup in 1993 and then, in the second leg, scoring 5 more goals for the Reds. He hit 30 goals in 3 of his first 4 seasons in professional football. He was very impressive, especially his ability in the finishing touches. Injuries eventually hampered his comeback, but he still scored in the 2001 League Cup and UEFA Cup final, as Liverpool won a remarkable treble. He left for Leeds United the following season, but eventually returned to Anfield in 2006. The roar of his second debut against Birmingham will be unforgettable. He was, is and will always be one of Anfield's favourite sons. Liverpool's all-time appearance record-maker, World Cup winner and real gentleman is next. Callahan played 857 times for the Reds between 1960 and 1978. A record that is likely to be difficult to beat. He was a key part of the team that won the second division title under Bill Shankly in 1962, and which lifted the FA Cup for the first time 3 years later. He ended his career with 5 First Division medals, 2 European Cups, 2 UEFA Cups and 2 FA Cups, and was named Player of the Year 1974. Callahan was an unstoppable professional and one of the greats of Anfield history. One of the 2 most respected Liverpool players ever, Steven Gerrard is another, has lifted the European Cup as captain of the Reds. He was a key figure in their 1992 FA Cup triumph, and was MVP in the 1995 League Cup final under Roy Evans. His relationship with Fowler, on and off the pitch, was key. McManaman the selfless creator of the ball, Fowler a highly effective finisher. McManaman eventually left for Real Madrid in 1999, damaging his relationship with several supporters after leaving for free, but in Spain he won 2 Champions Leagues, scored in the 2000 final and became one of England's most successful footballers. How could we not include the player people refer to as Mr. Liverpool on this list? Bootle-born Moran made his debut for the Reds in 1952, and was linked with Europe's top clubs until his retirement and deciding to coach until 1998. Even after that, he became a regular at Melwood, his presence welcomed as he was very popular. He is also often seen jogging around the famous old training ground there. He is a good player, good enough to play 379 times for the club, but as a coach he leaves a true legacy. Talk to anyone who has played for Liverpool during the 70s, 80s and 90s, and they will tell you that Moran was a key part of any club's success. Known for his high standards and strict discipline, it was he who coached the players time and time again on the Liverpool way. Humility, hard worker, selfless and ambitious. He hates big heads and regularly helps players to change their concentration to be more fiery. It's a busy list, but Moran is probably the greatest Liverpudlian of all. Thompson was given his debut under Bill Shankly in 1972 and played 477 times for the club before leaving in 1985. Later, he enjoyed his time as assistant manager in the youth team and as assistant to Gerard Houllier, where he achieved great success. During his playing career, Thompson won 7 league titles, 2 European Cups, 4 League Cups, 3 UEFA Cups and 2 FA Cups. He is one of the most accomplished figures in the club's history. In the end, his relationship with the club was broken. But it's easy to forget how much of a phenomenon Owen was when he exploded in the late 90s. Quick and superb finishing. The Chester-born striker still sits ninth on the list of top scorers in the club's history, and has a better goals per game ratio than the likes of Ian Rush and Robbie Fowler. However, his departure to Real Madrid in 2004 left the fans very disappointed, and his subsequent spell at Newcastle. The most surprising thing is his career at Manchester United, which means Owen will never get the same affection as other Red strikers. However, in his day, he was as good as anyone. A one-club man, Carragher sits second behind Callahan on Liverpool's list of all-time most appearances, having played 737 times in his 17 career at Anfield. A first-team player, he started as a striker before retreating to midfield. He won the treble winner in 2001 as a left-back, and briefly became a right-back. Under the tutelage of Rafael Benitez, he emerged as one of the most reliable midfielders in Europe. His role in the 2005 Champions League victory was immense, and he remained a key figure until he hung up his boots in 2013. The applause he got that day said it all, an Anfield legend. Now he is a football expert at a TV station in England. Tommy Smith wasn't born, he was dug up, is one of Bill Shankly's famous quotes, and neatly encapsulates the toughness of one of Liverpool's heroes of the 1960s and 70s. Nicknamed the Anfield Iron, Smith was a versatile defender who was part of the legendary 1965 FA Cup winning side, and who went on to score an impressive header against Borussia Mönchengladbach in the club's first European Cup final victory 12 years later. With 638 senior appearances, he sits 8th in the club's all-time highest number of appearances. One of the most underrated players, one who, with Fowler, carried so much on his shoulders during the 90s. McManaman made his debut under Kenny Dalglish, and developed into a key player under Graham Souness.